All right, this is a box I've made. I've been using for a year. I'm about to upgrade to a bigger box, so I wanted to do a video of this. First thing, it's rolling on all pneumatic tires. I welded the frame for it. That's a Magic Creeper that I carry on it. So essentially the box is, this end box is off of a Harbor Freight Creeper. That is a Craftsman intermediate chest, and that is a Beta C26. And now we're gonna open it up. So there it is, fully assembled, and we'll just go through it. On the top, I keep some of my ratcheting wrenches, TEQ, which is essentially Gearwench, spark checker, different colored electrical tape. You gotta have deodorant here. Couple pins. This is essentially the drunk drawer, and then just folds up and down. Mag timing pin, don't take that. Moving on down, we've got the pliers drawer, safety wire pliers. Mostly I have Knipex. These are interesting, these are engineered. This is what was around before the van plier stuff, but that's all that these are. Basically, they're van pliers to get stuck screws out. They have teeth on both sides. And then that just slides back and forth. Somebody's got my needle nose. Socket drawer, this is metric. These hardly ever get used unless we're working on shop equipment or something that's not aircraft related. Always good to have a torque wrench with you. Make sure you get it calibrated so you have a sticker on it. Most everything, most of my drivers are Gearwench, 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 Gearwench. All the sockets are Gearwench, 12 point, 6 point. Got a Wera 1/4 inch. This is really nice. And then my favorite, and the way I have these set up, because there's no finger holes, is you just poke it and they're set up where they go. This is called a gearless ratchet, and it will get you out of some pickles, mainly because it has no back drag. This is a little gear in set. These are power built sockets. They're splines. They're pretty good for if something's stuck, or if you've got a 12 point that's kind of rounded off on the ends. These generally come in handy, but sometimes they're not great because they're metric and standard, and usually those either work on just the metric or just the standard. Coming on down, I got my Knipex snips, some of the smaller pliers, and then the pride and joy of my toolbox works off the rigid Job Max, which is something they discontinued, which is a shame. It's got interchangeable heads. I have the air tool version and the power tool version. So, for example, it's got a Sawzall that comes with it, your standard vibrating oscillating tool, a sheet metal shear, and then that's an auto hammer. Great for when you need to get in a tight space and have a hammer. All right, so there is a lock on that makes it go all the way. Everyone's distracting me. There is a lock on this, so when it's all the way down, it does stay locked. So when this is locked, everything else is locked. I also have a lock on that one that's separate. But the intermediate drawers, people ask me how I lock those. The way that works is when you slide these out of the way, you can pull this 1/4 inch extension out, which I use pretty often actually. And then the 1/4 inch extension stores where the wheels used to be on the Beta box. So in here, I keep my Allens, some of my old Allen wrenches. If I ever need to cut one in here is already cut, I'll use those. In here I've got the Power Probe soldering iron, the Gearwench bolt biters, and the Gearwench 1/4 inch swivels, which are amazing. And at the bottom, thread pitch, feeler gauges. This is a micrometer, just a couple other little tools, tire tool, things like that. Moving on down, this is the pick drawer, screwdriver drawer, hammer, and some files in here. I love the Wera stuff because they have kind of a laser tip. They've held up fairly well. These are 2 years old. Moving on down, this is the Wera Allen wrenches, which is the ones that I use the most because the ends on them are not perfectly round. They're kind of shaped like a torque spit, so they work a lot better. And then most of the time, if I need a wrench, I'm gonna grab these Wera sets. This is a 10-year-old set. And it has never let me down. These are absolutely amazing. And then on the specialty wrenches, I bought some stuff from Duratech, which is an Amazon brand. So I have I have the set of thin wrenches in here, and then I have a set of just regular stubby wrenches. And I've been actually pretty surprised at how good these are. They actually are pretty decent. The only thing I can say is compared to some of the other higher end brands, the actual mouth of the ratchet, the actual mouth of the wrench opening is a little bit thicker here. Some of the nicer brands, this might be shaved off a little bit more because the metal is harder. But for what I'm doing here, these are fine. And the main thing is, I don't use them every day. They're a specialty tool. I don't want to spend that much money on it. I'd rather spend the money on the ratcheting wrenches that I'm going to use all the time, and then save money on the specialty tools. So, and then down here, this is the 3/8 drawer. This is all my pass-through stuff. I love the Gearwench pass-through socket. It's really nice. It's great to have all the extensions, so if you need to get to a strut or something like that, you can stack these on top of each other, and it works really well. These are all also tool socket holders. Somebody's borrowing my 5/8 right now. I've got a handsaw that I keep in here. Your standard can holder. And then over here, this is the end of the box. Get down here. This is the newer Gearwench set for the smaller stuff, and I'm really loving this thing. This has come in handy quite a few times. But they all work off of the just the 1/4 inch bits. They're not regular 1/4 inch square drives. In here I keep a little bit of extra Wera screwdriver bits, some channel lock snap ring pliers, a speaker for when I'm bored. My electrical drawer, it's a fluke, crimpers and strippers. And if I ever need to go somewhere and I don't need a lot of tools, I have this where I can just pull it off real quick, and I'll throw what I need in here and just take this one box with me. But I'm about to upgrade to that box. So this box will definitely get used, but I just wanted to cover it really quickly before I upgraded. So that's all the tools that I keep in here, and that's the end of the video. I forgot to mention it, I pull the box around with this string. So when it's all the way flat, you know, it's hardly any bigger than these little US General Service carts. So this was basically my homemade dog box. And the main thing I wanted it for was to be portable. So all the tires are pneumatic. It'll roll over extension cords, air hoses, anything without any trouble at all. Just pulling it. It pulls around pretty easily. So, and usually I store the string up there so it's out of the way when it's up. And as far as the beta box goes, because that's what this top is, it's held up for 3 years, even after I, you know, cut that out and riveted in the little Craftsman intermediate here. So it's definitely been a good box. And I know how people are. They say, oh, it's gonna tip over. Well, here's all the drawers open, and it can't tip over because all the drawers open, but they open kind of at an angle because that's as far as the beta ones open, and it doesn't tip over. So, and then these are random shelves that are magnetic that I can just put junk in. So anyways, that's it. Hope you guys liked the video.